back. In this video we are going to discuss about storage options in Android. So we have two mainly storage options in Android application development. First one is offline and second one is online. In offline storage we have three different options. First one is file storage option, second one shared preference, and third one is SQLite database. As per our need we can choose any of these three options for the offline storage. So file storage is normally we use for any kind of files we want to store, whether it is a audio file, video file, or image, or any kind of file you can use, PDF file, etc. Okay, and shared preference normally used for small piece of value like key value pair you can use for the shared preference, and it is also used for small piece of value only. There is no large file you can store on the shared preference, or large amount of data we can store with the shared preference. And normally shared preference we use for the settings types of data we can store with the shared preference, and it is a private data. That means it is available to our application only. And third one is SQLite database that can use for large amount of data in row column value you have, that time you can use the SQLite database. So when you have large amount of data you can go with the SQLite database. So guys, in this video we are going to see file storage, and inside the file storage we have two options like internal storage and external storage. So let's discuss first of all what is the difference between internal storage and external storage. So internal storage we can say it is a app specific storage. That means it is only accessible by our apps only, other application cannot use it. So it is mainly private data, we can say it is for application specific storage. And external storage, whatever data you are storing on external storage, it is available to the other application as well. That means it is a public storage, right? So in internal storage we can mainly use for sensitive information that is not available to the public or other application. And no permission needed for internal storage. That means without any permission you can directly start working with internal storage. In external storage we need the permission, like in other application you might seen like there is a pop-up like you want to access the contact list or external storage, read write permissions. So that kind of permissions we needed from the user. If the permission allow you, then only you can read or write data on the external storage. And in internal storage, if we uninstall our application then the data will get removed, whereas in external storage it will remain as it is if we uninstall the application as well. Okay, so let's see the internal storage. In this video we specifically target the internal storage. So let's see the code, how can we read and write the internal storage and where exactly that file get stored in our mobile. So let's start the coding. Here you can see I have Hello World application with Android Studio, and we are going to implement the internal storage with this application. So first of all, inside our activities layout file, I'm going to have one linear layout with orientation vertical, and here I have edit text with match parent and wrap content. ID I have set to et message something, and hint I will set here enter message. Okay, so we have edit text here, and next I am going to create one button with text property write internal storage, and ID of this button I have set button write. Okay, so we have one button write which is going to write on internal storage. Inside our activity, we are going to implement the view binding code. Before that, let me enable the view binding with our application. So here I am going to write inside our build Gradle module app file, build features, view binding true, and sync now. Okay, so inside our activity, here I'm going to create view binding instance. So activity main, that is our layout file, and accordingly activity main binding instance we are creating here. And inside our on create method, before set content view, we will create binding instance, activity main binding dot inflate, get layout inflator. And I hope you are aware about view binding. So binding dot get root, here I will pass here. And next we will create binding dot button right dot set on click listener and the event of the button. So here I am going to write the code for write on internal storage. Okay, so for writing on internal storage, we are going to create file output stream instance, because here we have ready-made method given by the Android, open file output. This method will help you to write data on internal storage, and inside this method we can pass two parameters. First one is a file name and second one is a mode. So file name we can pass anything. Here I am going to use the constant file name comma mode, that is mode private inbuilt constant we have, that we can pass here. So file name, that is a constant we are going to create here. So I will press alt enter, create constant, and the name of the file I can pass anything like my file.txt something. Okay, so this is the file name. It will get created, and here open file output suggest you to have try catch block, so just use try catch block here. Next we are going to write some message which is typed by user inside our edit text. So let me get the message here, binding dot et message dot get text dot toString. So whatever message typed by user in edit text we have received in string message. And next we can write file output stream dot write. You can see write method with file output stream. It is a byte stream class and it is a concept of Java. So it is asking for the bytes data only because it is a part of byte stream. Okay, and we have message with our string type. Okay, so we need to convert this string message into bytes. For that you will get the message from string class get bytes. Okay, get bytes method will return the byte array of your string, and it will easily we can pass to the write method. Okay, so we have done with write operation, and here it is suggesting for one more catch block. So we have added one more catch block with our try catch block, and finally we can close the file. So it is just a 3 line of code for write on internal storage, because currently we are writing only simple string type of data. In future you can also write image or other kind of file on your internal storage. Okay, and you need to write the respective code, but you will have the open file output method always, and it will help you to write on the internal storage. Okay, so we have done with this. I will have one toast. So message return something message we have set here, and we also need to close the file output stream instance which we already have done here. With this, let's run and check the output. So guys, here is the output. You can see our application runs successfully, and we have one edit text and button. If I type something like hello Android and click on the button, you can see toast here, message written, and we have written our data on internal storage. You can check the file inside your device file explorer, where you can see your emulator. and inside the emulator there is number of file and folders are there. So we can go inside data, right, there is subfolder data, and where you can find your application with your package name. Like here our package name is com example internal storage app. So accordingly I can find the com example internal storage app. Here it is, and inside this hold package we can see the files here, and here it is file. If I double click here, it will get open here in our Android Studio. So we have successfully written internal storage text file, and this is available to our application only. Next, you can also read this file from internal storage. You can also read the file. So let me create one more button, and then ID of this button I will set to button read, and text property read internal storage. Inside our activity I will create the event for this button. So binding dot button read dot set on click listener. Okay, similar to the open file output, we have another method open file input. It will help you to read the file from internal storage. So let me create file input stream instance for reading purpose. Input stream instance will help you for writing purpose. We use file output stream. So we have instance of a file input stream, and method we have open file input. With this method we only provide one argument, that is file name. There is no mode required here, and try catch block we required, so alter enter, and we have try catch block here. Next, fis dot read method you will get. For writing we have write method, for reading purpose we have read method. You can choose any of these read method. Okay, so we are going to read byte array. So that byte array we need to create first. Okay, so we can create the byte array here. So byte array b equal to new byte array, and inside the byte array we need to provide the size. So size you can get using fis dot available method. Okay, so with this available method we required one more catch block. So we have this IO exception, one more catch block. So we have done, right, our data will get read inside the byte array. Whatever types of file you have, image, audio, video, all file you can handle with the bytes. Okay, so here we have string type of file. So we are reading this data in byte array, and finally we can close the file. So we have done our data available with the byte array, and that byte array we need to convert with the string. So I will have one constructor with the string type, string class. We have the constructor with inside which we can pass the byte array. So it will convert your byte array to string, and that message I can display with our edit text. Okay, so we have done the reading operation. Let's run and check the output. So guys, our application runs successfully, and if I click on read internal storage, you can see the message which is we already written previously. Okay, so this is how you can work with the internal storage. Mainly open file output and open file input, these are the methods which can help you to write the file on internal storage. Okay, so with this we are ending this video. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and comment with the comment box. Thank you guys, thank you so much.